Hey, the other night, last night actually, well, depending when this video posts, I'm trying to do a video a day and I have like 3 weeks worth lined up. But anyway, when I made this video last night, my daughter suggested that we watch The Social Dilemma documentary, and we did. She watched it in school and then watched it again herself and then watched it again with us. She was right. She was thinking it would be something really interesting, and it totally was. I'm blown away by this movie. If it's true, you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. It talks about the artificial intelligence that is in social media and in like Google search engines and everything. I'm sure by now everyone has noticed that if you Google something, then all of a sudden you're getting ads for that item or related items, and it's just a way to push advertising on you. That's totally fine. They're targeting. I had noticed, and I've commented, and my daughter thought that we should watch it because she said, like, Dad, these are things that you've been talking about. The last year or so, I've noticed things, not only just the, you Google something and then the ads pop up. That I get it, they're targeting, that's fine. It's pointless for them to advertise to me buying cat toys. We don't have a cat. I've never had a cat. Growing up, we never had a cat. We're dog people. But that's a total waste. So I totally get it that they're targeting the audience. That's totally fine. But I've noticed things like, I found out there's something called an echo chamber. And it's when somebody on social media says something, I'll use the earth is flat, but it could be anything. It could be like the Black Lives Movement. It could be Republicans versus Democrats. It could be conservatives versus liberals. It could be like anything at all will apply, but I'll use the flat earth thing, okay? I would see people say, and I'm making this up because I don't want to do anything and really offend too many people, but like I said, it can apply. They'll say like the earth is flat, and then there'll be all these comments that'll be like, oh, it totally is, like, yeah, you know, here's an article that proves the earth is flat, and all of these things. And then there'd be a couple of comments that would be like, no, the earth is totally round, like, you guys are crazy. And then all these people would then like jump all over that comment and be like, how can you say, here's proof, and here's articles, and here's this, and quotes from people. And so the echo chamber thing is somebody says something, and then everyone just echoes back whatever they said, and that way it proves to the original person that they're right. Because I say the earth is flat, all these people comment that the earth is flat, everyone I'm talking to believes the earth is flat. And it's the artificial intelligence, which I didn't realize is so unbelievably evil. Like, I guess it's not evil because it doesn't differentiate between truth or lies. It's just getting you to engage more on whatever social media platform, or stay on Google, or stay on YouTube, or stay on any of these things. So it chooses and pushes on you the things that will make you stay and keep clicking on things and keep seeing these ads that are there. So the longer you're there, the more the ads are. Like for the Super Bowl, ads on TV cost a fortune because so many people are watching and so many people are staying there and they're not leaving. If you're sitting down to watch the Super Bowl, you're watching the Super Bowl. You're not going to, 10 minutes in, flick to a rerun of Seinfeld or something. You're going to watch the Super Bowl, so you're there. So the ads cost a ton. And one of the things that it said in the Social Dilemma documentary is you're sitting there and you see somebody say the earth is flat. And you see all these people say, yeah, you're right, the earth is flat. I totally agree, you're so correct. And you're sitting there going, but the earth isn't flat. And I see all the news articles. These people are pulling these news articles, I don't even know from where. How do they not see all the actual proof that I'm seeing online that the earth is round? And the answer is they're not seeing it. That blew my mind. And if you think about it, okay, like we could say, well, is that even the truth? But if you think about it, the whole point is to get us to stay engaged online. Okay? So if I say the earth is round and the artificial intelligence gathers all the data on me, the things I'm looking at, the things I'm clicking on, the things I'm searching, and spits back to me all of the things that I agree with, of course when I Google something, it's going to autofill like, you know, the earth is round. Because I'm going to go, right, and click on it. If it says the earth is flat, I'm going to go, no, and not click on it. So, if you think about it, these people that are of one belief are being fed all of that belief, whether it's right or wrong. If I Google, and I've done this, not as an experiment or anything, just completely, somebody was advertising an amplifier, a Supro Thunderbolt amplifier, and it was on Craigslist or something, I don't know. And I immediately responded, because I don't want to miss it, and I was like, ooh, I'm totally interested in this. Is it still available? And they said, yes, it is. And I said, great. How flexible are you on the price? Because they said, asking, but make an offer. So I said, I don't want to waste your time, but how flexible are you on the price? And he responded back, fairly flexible. I priced it high, knowing I could come down. So I said, okay, great. While we're exchanging back and forth, I'm Googling that amp, and it turns out that that amp isn't the one that I was looking for. It's not the model, the Thunderbolt, isn't the model that I was looking for. So then for like 4 weeks afterwards, ads for Supro amplifiers were popping up on my social media feeds, and Google would autofill and was really kind of pushing that amplifier on me. Okay? All I did was I saw an ad, thought like, oh, you know, I don't need an amplifier at all. I have too many. But you know what? I do kind of want a Supro amp because Jimmy Page used one on the first couple of albums and then on other things throughout Led Zeppelin's career. So, you know, if the price is right, it turns out that that wasn't the one. So I went, okay, and I got in touch with the guy and he said, actually, you know what, I checked it out and that's not the model that I was looking for. You know, sorry. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. So that was it. End. The end. I am not looking for a Supro amp. I'm not looking to buy one. If something came along and it was cheap enough used from a private individual party, I would be interested. But it's pushing it all on me now because it doesn't know. It just knows what I Googled and what I searched and heck, what I emailed back and forth. I don't know. But that's all that it knows. So if somebody believes one thing, and they Google that one thing, and they click on articles about that one thing, and they stay on that page for a length of time, indicating that they're actually reading, or it shows that it's scrolling slowly, or something, whatever, it shows that this person is very interested in this. So we're going to push this. It doesn't know what this is, necessarily, the artificial intelligence. It just knows this, whatever it is, we need to push. So all the things with those keywords and things like that, what other people that also read this also click on, we're going to push all of this. So the person sitting there at home goes, I wonder if the earth is flat. And they look up, is the earth flat? And they read an article and they go, I don't think the earth is flat. But they read that article about the flat earth. Now they start getting pushed articles about the earth being flat. And then they start to go, you know, I'm seeing all of these news articles about the earth being flat and other conspiracy things. And they start to believe basically the propaganda that's being pushed on them. And it blew my mind. It really did. I know that this is long and rambling, but I just kind of want to put it out there, and maybe someone will understand what's going on. I'm starting to understand what's going on. And I have commented to my wife and my kids, I'm like, you know, how does this person not see all the news articles about this or whatever? And like I said, the fact is, they're not seeing them. They're not seeing those news articles. They're not seeing the news articles about the earth being round. They're not seeing the thing about the proof that the earth is round. They're not seeing anything where people are saying, the earth is round, and if you think it's flat, you're a moron. Because then they're not going to click on that. So they're being fed the things that they already believe, or seem to already believe, or seem to start to be believing, and it just piles up. So it's just kind of more advertising. If you keep hearing about this new restaurant, and it's great, and it's great, and it's great, and it's ads telling you how great it is, of course, they're not going to have an ad for some new restaurant and say, we're not that good. It's great, it's the best. Eventually you're going to go, hey, you know, such and such a restaurant is really good. Only because you've heard it, or you've been bombarded with it. And that's what this whole social media, and I'm putting Google on everything, the whole online experience, that's what it's doing. And it's kind of really scary. One of the things that they said in the movie is they were interviewing people, and a guy said his real concern is a civil war. And I paused the movie at that point and said to my wife and daughter, my son wasn't there, and I said, you know, that's what I've been thinking for a while, and I'm saddened, but I feel that when history looks back at 2020 and 2021, this is the start of a civil war. They're dividing people, and when I say they, I really mean the artificial intelligence. All they're doing is trying to keep you engaged so that they can log in time for ads to bombard you. That's all it is. It's not, they're not trying to be so insidious. They're not trying to be so evil. They're just trying to throw ads at you, and by keeping you engaged. And by keeping you engaged, it's feeding the people that believe the earth is flat articles and information about the earth being flat. And the people that think it's round, it's feeding them all the information and articles about it being round. So the flat earthers are getting more and more belief in the flat earth, and round earthers, I guess, more and more that the earth is round, and flat earthers are thinking the people that think it's round are morons. How can they not see all the proof? And the round earthers are thinking the flat earthers are morons. How can they not see the proof? And it's dividing us. And it's doing it with so many things. The Black Lives Movement, it's dividing people. It's not bringing them together. And it's only because it's just feeding you kind of what you want to believe and reinforcing right or wrong, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll bet if I start Googling that the sky is made out of maple syrup, which I've never heard anybody say, but if I start Googling that enough and posting about it on social media and getting people engaged, I'll bet you it'll become a thing. And I'll start getting information about how rockets go into the atmosphere and get stuck in all the maple syrup. It's crazy, but I think that I know that that's how the artificial intelligence is working, because it just wants to keep you engaged. So whatever your beliefs are, and it could tell by all your keystrokes, all your searches, all of that, whatever your beliefs are, it's just feeding you back your beliefs. So that you go, yeah, here's another article about this thing that I believe. And there we are. So I have no idea how long this video is, but if you made it to the end, thank you. Thank you so much. And feel free to comment and subscribe. Because you know what? You still got to play the game, and I'm making a little bit of money off of YouTube. So feel free to subscribe and help me. I'm trying to do the right thing, and ignoring something like social media and ignoring Google, which owns like so many, owns YouTube, it owns all of these things. Ignoring it would really accomplish nothing at all, except that I would be living my life with my head stuck in the sand, and that's that. So